Welcome back to the channel, guys. It's the Eradicator, and in this video we'll be talking about a game that I'm really looking forward to. There it is, Falling Frontier, which hopefully is going to be in early access this year. They released a video about their editor, their game editor, which is scenario editor, sorry, which is absolutely mind-blowing, guys. I want to check it out with you, do a couple of reactions with you, and we can discuss in the comment section down below what you guys think. But this, to me, is mind-blowing. When I looked at that earlier, I had the feeling that I would be spending more time doing this than playing the game itself. Let's have a look at what this is.
The scenario creator is broken into 3 separate categories, accessible from the left side panel.
Alright, so there they are.
Celestial, Entity, and Events.
Oh,
For the
events
purposes of
too.
this video, we will be focusing on the Celestial section of the creator.
So probably entities will be the people who populate the star system, and events as placed explanatory, right? Maybe a war that's happening, something that gets destroyed. I have no idea what this is, but even the celestial part is just mind-blowing in its own.
Under this section, the player is able to place celestial bodies, including stars, gas giants, planets, moons, and nebula.
Well, I'm not so sure that we'll have, by the way, it's nebulae in plural form. I am not so sure that we are going to, I'm going to be using nebulae, because I know it's very fashionable to have nebulae all over the place, but it's not realistic because nebulae span over several light years, right? They cannot be within a star system. It's just not realistic, in my opinion. You can have like slight gas clouds generating at Lagrange points, but that should be basically it. But anyway, they look cool for sure, and you're gonna see they look pretty cool in this video as well.
When placing any celestial body, a number of options will be available to the player based on what type of object is being placed. These include object scaling, template and variant switching, visual configuration.
That is so cool. So you can actually name them, see, check out how they are going to be looking like, their size as well, how big or small they are. I don't know if this is going to have an impact on the gameplay, like for example, the type of resources that might be available on the moons or planets.
And properties. Further to these configurable tabs, a player will be able to name the celestial body. A player can quickly place a number of celestial objects wherever they like. Different objects have specific requirements, such as moons needing to be in close proximity.
How many? Wait. How many of those planets can we put? Look at that. This is crazy. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 terrestrial planets and 3 gas giants. So that is crazy. I suppose it's great because if your computer can handle it, maybe you can put like 30 planets. God knows, right? And then you're probably going to have a never-ending game with a lot of different variables. This can be pretty fun. Because I thought I was a bit worried. Like when I first discovered this game, I thought that they were talking about just a couple of handful of planets, just one star system with just a couple of planets. That's basically it. But pretty much, if you're creating your own scenario, the sky seems to be the limit, and I really like that.
To a planet, or planets needing to be a certain distance from each other.
Oh, great. So there's still that
Gas
kind of.
giants
Okay,
have
that makes
multiple
sense.
controls available to alter how they appear in the world. These include asteroid rings, Jovian and ring color, ring composition, and atmospheric thickness.
Nice. Now, how is this going to be? I suppose that because a gas giant is supposed to be thick already, so like if it's like super thick, maybe it's like maybe it's a cotton candy planet, a new type of planet that the scientists have discovered recently. Perhaps. How is this going to look like? Oh, okay. Oh, okay. This is how it looks like. Okay, all right. So it's not that big. Oh, I love that we can change all those colors. Some of those are probably not going to be very scientific, but we can make them look very exotic for
Planets
sure.
and moons have a range of controls to alter how they appear in the world, and to empower players to create unique worlds.
Okay, it's a bit weird that all the moons kind of
Ion
are
textures and
equally
compositions,
dispatched around the planet,
ion
but yeah.
complexity, surface complexity, detail complexity, color, and opacity.
Wow, this, guys, this is sure. Of course, they are originally procedure generated, but this having all those parameters at the finger's disposal is going to bring such a variety of different celestial bodies inside your games. It's like there's not one game that's going to be the same, because you can just change look at all these different colors and complexity details. Not one single planet can in theory be the same because of all of these details. It's amazing. Wow. And when you think that only one man created all of this, Todd from Falling Frontier from Solar Fox Studios, who I spoke to a couple of times, such a wonderful job. Okay, a couple of biomes as well. Is this going to affect gameplay too in terms of resources that will be available on the planet? The scenario doesn't say. And these are just moons. They look like planets, but they're actually just moons. It's interesting. Doesn't seem like atmosphere is... oh no, it's just for the visual. They're not talking about atmosphere here. Some moons do have atmospheres, like Titan around Saturn, for example. Oh, you can choose the opacity as well. In terms of details, I see. So maybe because there's a little bit of haze or dust storms on. This is very cool. I wish there could be a little bit more of those, but you know, it's not really one key part of the game. It's just these are all just details, of course. Oh wow! Wow, so the whole detail height thing really changed the way the planet looked like.
In the scenario creator can be freely moved. Their lighting and system shadowing will update automatically.
Oh,
Moving
I
the primary
see.
star will also update the lighting and shadowing for all objects within the game world.
And we can see, oh look at
Stars
that.
have unique
We can see the shadows of the planet and the moon.
significantly change how a star system looks. They have a toggle that allows for distance-based lighting to be applied. This will update the shader for all planetary bodies in the world.
So did you see that the closer the star is from a planetary body, the brighter it is, whereas the farther it is, the dimmer it is? Of course, makes sense. This is very well done.
Appear darker based on their distance from the star. Additionally, the color
No way, we can change the color and have the color of the star the way we want. Can we have like a black star or a brown star? Hey, why not? That is going to make the whole thing a little bit creepy.
star itself,
You can make your
the
own
lighting it emits, and
Braun
the rays
dwarf.
cast from the star can be updated also.
Oh wow. This is, you know, I know it's just an editor, but when I look at those graphics and those details, I am mind blown. Todd, if you're watching this video, you made an amazing job with this editor. This, my opinion, is going to be a big difference and add a lot of replayability to the game. Now, these are the nebulae I talked about. Yeah, they look nice, but I'm not a big fan of them. I've never been in any type of game, space game, by the way. It's just not realistic enough. All right, I have already wishlist Final Frontier on Steam for sure, and this is a game that I will be playing on this channel. You can be sure of that. That's all for this video, guys. I hope that you guys were mind blown by this scenario editor. I think that this, in my opinion, is going to be a really key feature of that game, because yeah, sure, it is centered around one star system, but if you can create your own star system with all of these different parameters, then each game you are going to start is going to feel and look different, and that is very important, because well, it's going to be you know, the less of a routine. Everything will have its own appeal, and it will just make it a little bit more exciting to play. Well done, well done. That's all for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day. I'll see you guys later for more content on the channel. Cheers. And a big shout out to Tala for sponsoring this video. Thank you so much for your contribution on Patreon. This video is brought to you by the people who support this channel on Patreon and via the join button as well. Supporters of the channel get access to lots of cool perks, such as access to my private Discord, your question answered in the show, you get to know when I'm going to play, and also you get to have a chance to influence the editorial line of the channel. Any help is appreciated, starts at just $1 a month. Thank you very much for watching. This is The Eradicator, and I'll see you guys later.